Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back once more with our daily Casper and crypto live stream. And as the title says, just don't panic. Casper holders, don't panic. Right now, we are seeing a relatively sizable liquidation in the market due to a number of factors, in my opinion. I think we've got three massive macroeconomic factors, events that have all taken into account today, being the opening trading day on Monday. And as a result, we saw crypto go through a massive liquidation. We've seen other markets in the stock market, like Nvidia shares, plummet more than we've ever seen before as well. Where does it stand for crypto and Casper? I think it's short-term noise, short-term pullbacks. Long term, I think we're still looking very, very good. We're going to get into all of that good stuff in today's stream, as well as some major Casper updates. I spoke about it briefly in my stream yesterday, talking about the stuff coming to Casper this week, and we have got more updates as well. Seemingly some good news, hopefully, speculative again, but hopefully regarding OKX once more, which is deemed to be one of the next major exchanges to list Casper as well. The three biggest ones being Binance, Coinbase, OKX. We've got a lot to cover. So as always, if you enjoy these streams, we're doing these streams daily, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. So as we can see, what's up, DV? It's me, man. Welcome back to the stream. You're doing very, very well. As you can see, if you look at the chart right now with Bitcoin has now surpassed, or corrected, if you will, below $100,000, which has not happened for quite some time. It came down quite significantly earlier today when the market opened, came down almost 5%. Currently, it now has gained back some of its price and is now back just below 100k. It is now consolidating between this zone of 100k, which is in accordance to where we thought it would come back to. It may continue going down further and further. And as a matter of fact, those who are part of the executive community would have known from our experienced trader that we did suspect there'd be a good chance we see a pullback and probably coming below down to 92k again, potentially very soon. Again, we'll have to wait and see how the market unfolds and develops with all the other economic and macro news. But yes, Bitcoin is now around 100k, and Casper, of course, with now we're still being in a Bitcoin dominant market. We can see here almost at 60% now, so it's going up higher and higher. As a result, therefore, everyone is following in the accordance of Bitcoin. So Casper, of course, followed in suit and came down quite aggressively, down to 11.73 cents. But has equally gained momentum back up to 12.25 cents. And am I worried? You should know me by now. I'm not as cool, not in the slightest. I think worst case scenario again for Casper is that we see it come back down to 10 cents again. Again, we could see it come down a lot further, but as it stands right now, I don't think we'll come back lower than 10 cents. I think 10 cents is probably the bottom for Casper, absolute bottom. This was a very, very good local low for Casper, around 11 cents for about 2 weeks or so, maybe even 3 weeks. And I think that we could come back down here again in this week, but also could be the sign of a final dip in accordance to therefore a major reversal based on, again, the big Casper news coming out as well. So without further ado, one of the big things I want to cover as well, which Cody, as a part of the mods, as a part of the executive page, or even part of the CF community, highlighted that the mining for Casper is back to very, very high levels once again. They're now back to 1.57. We reached an all-time high, or at least another high level of 1.51, which is good to see that Casper hash rate is now rising again, showing right now that the mining adoption of Casper is increasing, therefore meaning Casper security and adoption is going higher, which is a very crucial element for proof of work projects. So this is a very, very good thing for Casper, make no mistake about that. And we can see once more also if we look at the holders, which I'll load up right now, the holders equally for Casper are holding quite strong in and around 581,500 addresses. Of course, that's not people, it's addresses, but either way, good to see it's climbing more and more. And we want to highlight these addresses once more because, surprise, surprise, number 5 has been active once again, which is very interesting, of course. Who it is, we don't know, but there is speculation, of course, that it may be Binance or maybe even OKX. Both, I think, are entirely possible. It could be Coinbase, but I'm more banking on one of those two exchanges right now based on their size and also based on their activity. While Binance has been more open about Casper, OKX have not. We have been seeing increasing posts from them that could be taken as suggestion of launching Casper Spot. Not to mention, again, we know OKX is a part of the KEF, which is a very, very big deal. What's up, Brett? Evening, all from Barcelona. What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Bigger banger. Hey, quick, will you ever reveal your face? I'm not saying I won't. I'm not saying I will. Right now, I have no inclination or want to, but that could very well change. If it does change, there will definitely be people who are part of the executives who know it firsthand before everybody else. And then if I decide to release it publicly, again, we'll have to wait and see. But so far, as of right now, I am faceless due to my own decisions. I'm not ugly. I don't think I am, but maybe in the future, who knows? What's up, Magnus? Welcome back to the stream, my man. Boss Gamer, I buy this coin last year and still the same price. It's a very stable coin. It is right now, in a joking sense, a very, very stable coin. But I think the same could have been said for XRP if you bought that 4 years ago. That was a very, very stable coin for 4 years, give or take. And then it became a meme coin in the span of 2 months, going up to $3 now in the span of a month or two. I think Kaspa could see some very similar price movement being stable for a year, but then once it breaks out, it could be extremely volatile based on all their developments coming through, the regulations coming through, and everything else as well. Nick69, hi Jay, what's up, my man? Evening to you too. I hope all is well. I am great, my man. Hope you do well as well. I'm holding Tau and down a bit, so I just wanted some encouragement to hold on. Also, your thoughts on Moodeng meme coin, thanks. What's up, my man? And yeah, so Tau right now, when I was speaking about it last I saw Tau, when I looked at it, it did come down to 370, which I wish I spoke about it more on that day, because I can see, looking at this chart right now, that 370 is very clearly a level of resistance here and support in around this zone here. It came back down here, rebounded and started making some moves upwards. Right now, of course, whether you got in, it is seemingly down from if you got in around here. I think Tau is still a very, very strong AI project. Right now, which is one of the main reasons why people shouldn't panic, is actually prove how big AI is going to be. Of course, those who are part of the executives, again, know a lot more about the significance of AI and where it's going to go. But for me, Tau is still deemed as the top AI project if you go into the AI section on CoinMarketCap. In terms of market cap, it is not right now, but in terms of actual visited, Tau is the biggest one. Tau is the biggest one. Of course, right now it's number 3. It's below ICP and near, but Tau is the biggest one. I think Tau, despite its corrections, is still a very, very strong AI project. So you can see it here. And I think Tau is still going to have some very, very significant gains and runs in this cycle. The correction today is a result of, again, mainly due to macro factors and also what's to come out this week as well. But yeah, if Tau's down, when you got in, I apologize, my man. But for me, I'm all still holding Tau myself. I'm not filling up on Tau right now, but because due to, again, right now my filling up goes more so to Kaspa right now, and also the meme trading has slowed down a little bit due to, again, the whole macro stuff taking a bit of a hit. But I think that when the stuff gets more profitable, I'll be putting more money into it. I think Tau's at good levels right now. I'll be surprised if Tau goes lower than this zone right here, personally. But again, time will tell. What's up, DD? Hope you're doing very, very well, man. And Quarter Crawler, hey to you too. Welcome back. So, without further ado, yes, Kaspa right now is down, crypto's down, but I still think it is just short-term panic. We're still due for more significant moves coming up very, very shortly. So, one thing to note, which despite Kaspa being a stablecoin, quote-unquote, or jokingly mentioned a stablecoin, Kaspa has one of the strongest altcoin communities on Twitter, which is pretty much the #1 social media platform, apart from XRP and Solana, which, again, these are two titans into this space. XRP's been around for the longest, and Solana, understandably, they're still higher, but Kaspa is already number 3, above Doge, which is Elon Musk's meme coin, above Rio, above HBAR, above all of the other products as well. So while Kaspa, yes, still struggling in value, and people are probably quite frustrated about that, Kaspa continuously proves to be a very well-known, or has a very, very strong community in this space, which will be a very big deal. And that's partly also the reason why Kaspa, is going to continue going up more and more, because the belief in it is so strong, and we educate people to get them more involved and understanding about crypto, what it is, and therefore about Kaspa as well. Ripple, XRP, has 3 million followers. Solana has 3.1 million. Kaspa only has 240k. That's so much smaller, yet we're number 3. That is a very, very big deal. Kryptoni, hey man, welcome back to the stream. #1 bullish on CMEC. Yes, it's definitely doing very, very well. I'm starting to get annoyed with these random coins pumping like Spell Academy and Swift's LOL were random to me anyway. I mean, yeah, a lot of these coins pump randomly due to insider trading, due to initial launches, whether it be also their memes as well. Typically, memes do very, very well very quickly. trying to find the perfect crypto all the time is not easy. That's why, again, investments, despite crypto, while you can use educational and knowledgeable factors to help, it is quite a tough space. But that's, again, why I hold Kaspa, because for me, it's one of the more, again, not financial, for me, Kaspa is one of the more solid bets that is more or less guaranteed to increase the price from here. And again, I dabble in other elements as well of investment where I do see that myself I'm making profits, but I understand the risk to reward ratio, and I'm willing to take the risk as well. But yeah, some stuff pumps, some doesn't. You're new to the space as well. Well, I mean, again, the fact that you're here, you might be new to the space, which is, always can be daunting and scary. But again, the fact that you're here right now is a very big deal. Learning before institutions are here. You're still here before institutions are properly here yet. So you still have an advantage over everybody else as well. Again, population of crypto in the world is like 7%. I think 7% of the world population is actually in crypto right now. So you're still extremely early. So that's a very, very good deal for you. If you want to know more, my man, then by all means come check out the free Discord community, which we have, which is obviously we're mainly a Kaspa community, but we do talk about everything else in there as well, where everyone can chill, chat and learn more regarding AI projects, memes, KRC20 projects, Kaspa, everything else, you name it. It's a place where there's a lot of information in there as well, where if you want to know anything, you can just go through the information and look through it and help build your education. And of course, we all work together to try and build our education together as well. And those who want to learn even more, of course, maximize the benefits from other elements as well, like trading and information as well. They're part of the executive page here, which again, I'll link there. By all means, everyone go check it out. 7-day free trial going on right now. Alchemy is classic. I mean, Alchemy, I've not looked too much into it, but I take your word for it, basically. I've not looked too much into Alchemy right now. But, I mean, there are many projects in this space that I think will do very, very well due to institutional adoption. It's just a matter of when, really. I'm still holding Kaspa, holding the line low. I mean, yeah, I think, again, Kaspa holding right now, I would personally, not financial, but personally, I think Kaspa holding is a very strong player right now. I heard something on Twitter actually earlier, which is, I'm not going to say funny, although people will find it funny. I don't know if funny is the right word, maybe ironic, maybe. But obviously regarding Crypto John, who told his whole community to sell off Kaspa and get into Turbo, and apparently since then it's come down 68% or something like that. And apparently now John's blocking people on Twitter as a result of it. Now, people are finding that quite entertaining, quite funny, and I understand why. I find it, ironic maybe is the right word. I'm not sure. I mean, ultimately, my heart goes out to everybody who has followed in suit, and even Crypto John as well. People, while they have negative senses behind him, no, I don't want to see anybody losing money, realistically. So I do feel bad for those who did trade Kaspa when it was at a low point and got into Turbo when it's at an up point. It wasn't necessarily the smartest thing to do, and people are now struggling as a result of that. But either way, Kaspa for me is doing very, very well, proven to be a very strong community. And even here, Kaspa themselves, which is rare for Kaspa to do, because Kaspa doesn't talk about price ever. Kaspa here says thanks to Crypto Bank for bringing this stat to our light. Although the Kaspa project doesn't talk about bulls, bears, moons, or prices ever, this stat is truly a testament to our #1 community, which Kaspa has always been about. We can see here the most bullish sentiment right now is Kaspa in the top 100. Even now, despite Kaspa being at such a low price, this is the most bullish sentiment on CoinMarketCap, which is a very big deal, and also bullish because of Binance. Binance own CoinMarketCap. When you look at Kaspa and you see Binance Web3 wallet here and Trust Wallet, which is also Binance's wallet here, that's Binance making CoinMarketCap add it to the Kaspa platform. Binance own CoinMarketCap, and CoinMarketCap is telling them that we have the most amount of volume and bullish sentiment behind Kaspa right now, which is very, very good for Kaspa. And speaking of which, today is the 27th of January. Today is the day that the mining pool Kaspa Binance incentive has come to an end, meaning now we have 14 days, 2 weeks to the 10th of February until all the rewards are distributed to the users to their funding wallets. I'm making a video as we speak right now, which will be going live probably 2 or 3 hours after the stream is done, where it basically just highlights a kind of what's happening this week for Kaspa. Some of the stuff, there's going to be some crossover, of course, but it's going to cover it in a more structured format. And this, for me, is a very big deal and potentially could lead to a listing for Kaspa in the next 2 weeks. Of course, speculative, we'll have to wait and see. But the mining pool is come to an end today. They've got 2 weeks to put it to a funding wallet, and we've seen confirmation from members who are very closely associated with Kaspa, like Roy O'Neill of the KRI, who's confirmed integration with Kaspa and Binance is already done. We've also have a very strong belief that a funding wallet is not possible without a spot listing. Suhail, my man, shout out to him as part of the free CF community as well. He put a short clip that he recorded on the Binance website on his phone where he showcased, you go into the funding wallet section, type in Kaspa, it does not show up. Of course it doesn't show up right now, of course. But point being is, it doesn't show up right now. Kaspa, in the next 2 weeks, will be added to that funding wallet. It has to be. And therefore, likely, potentially, not financial, potentially will get a Binance listing very, very soon. But, what's to take into account as well, which is what I see DVSMe kind of highlight here. Price is bad, but volume is back alive. Yes, we look at Kaspa right now, the price for Kaspa is down, crypto's down, but the volume has come back alive now at 130 million. Of course, we want to see a lot higher. I want to see 300s, like average at least. Of course, it's very, very hard without it being any, out being the Binance and the Coinbase. It's quite hard to have very high volume consistently. But I want to see that consistently either way. We can see, of course, again, Gates dominating it. Then it's L-Bank and Mexi close. Then it is Bybit again, staying relatively high. That is good. I want to see it higher. But DVSMe just kind of make a point here, which is what I'm going to highlight. What the KEF and also what Wolfie has confirmed is what exchanges like Binance are waiting for are, quote, event catalysts. Now, what this basically means is series of news or, one or multiple pieces of information or news or events that occur that cause, well, in this particular instance, cause Kaspa to have quite a lot of volume going through and in and out of the project. A lot of volume, a lot of Kaspa being traded right now. Due to what's happened today, I'm going to get into what happened in a moment, the volume right now for Kaspa's jumped. What's coming throughout this week, throughout the next 2 weeks potentially, could cause the volume to start rallying again. NFTs could cause the volume for Kaspa to start rallying again. That's coming out again this week. These are event catalysts, and that, in accordance to the KEF and Wolfie, could be the significant news needed for the volume to be high enough for Binance to actually jump on board and decide to finally list Kaspa. So while the price could go down further this week, more pullback potentially, again we'll have to wait and see, I'll talk about it in a moment, I'm not worried, because for me these could potentially be event catalysts, the volume going high, and that could be the flip the switch moment needed for Binance. Okay, volume's high, let's launch Kaspa, the volume then drops even higher and the price reverses and goes parabolic. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to see really high prices of Kaspa before, Binance are like, okay, yes, list it. They can list it at a low price as long as there's a whole lot of volume, and that's what they're waiting to see, a lot of volume. Speaking of which, as Kaspador and even Kaspa enthusiasts highlighted as well, like clockwork, Wallet 5 has just bought 7 million Kaspa at the same hour after 3 days, weekend excluded. We can see here, Wallet 5 again. This wallet, we have speculated for a long time to be Binance's. Now, apparently it's not according to Sin City. I cannot confirm it. If it's not Binance, for me, it's got to be OKX. That's my personal belief again. No confirmation behind it. It's my personal belief. But this wallet here, if you go check the wallet and copy the address here and go to Kaspalytics and go down to address history, paste it in here, we can see this wallet when it started buying around March 10th, 2024. And it's been buying continuously throughout the span of almost a year. It had a dry spell the last 2 weeks of 2024, and the new year started off, and immediately they bought like 40 million Kaspa, and it's been continuously, almost on like clockwork, as Kaspa highlighted, accumulating more and more Kaspa. It's got almost half a billion Kaspa. That's a lot of Kaspa. One that you wouldn't typically see a singular person have. It's typically will be an exchange. Look at all these top holders here. All the top holders here. That's Gate. This one is KuCoin. This one is Mexi. This one's Uphold. This one we don't know who it is, but likely an exchange. This one is Bitcoin. This one's Mexi again. The big ones are normally exchanges, so this could potentially be Binance listing Kaspa. Volatile Crypto with the $4.99 donation, my man. Thank you very much. I massively appreciate it. Have you looked into XList? It's another proof of work, and BlockDAG. I was wondering your thoughts. I've heard a bit about it, my man. I have heard a bit about it. I think Shy has also spoke about it briefly as well, if I'm not mistaken. I know there was one project that Shy did highlight that I think was like proof of work, basically. So he actually thought it was not bad. It might have been Exodus. I need to go through Shy's Twitter to see if that is the case. I mean, I don't know a great deal about it, to be perfectly honest. Of course, proof of work does give it some, some stature, if you will. Currently, max supply is 18.4 million. Circulating supply is only 2.13 million. So that's a lot smaller. I can't say if it's... I mean, it's not been out for very long. Like 6... It was the coin that Shy was talking about. So it was the coin that Shy was talking about, okay. Because I mean, Shy's talking about a load of projects, I know. But some of them are being kind of like, combative, if you will. Because I know like there's been some projects who have been, saying that... Let's see that, let's have a quick gander, right? Have a quick gander. Because I know Shy has definitely spoke about some of these projects. And there was some where he thought it was... Some of them he was like fine with. Regarding, I think it might have been Exodus, might be something else as well. But there are some projects as well where, people will come at him. Oh, here, look. He does not like Exodus in here. I don't have a problem with auditing, though I do think some auditing companies employ deplorable marketing tactics. That is... You know why I have such an issue with Exodus and the like? Why they are making me so angry? Why they bring out this stubborn, uncompromising, agitated side of me? There are many reasons. They've actually launched allegedly commercial-grade protocols that are completely broken. They are literally lying. Okay. Well, again, I have not looked too much into Exodus, and I have heard about it. Evidently, I've seen as well. This is from Shy here. Now, of course, again, while Shy is one of the key focal points of Kaspa, and regardless of who it is, it comes down to you doing your own research, of course. Shy is making the claim that they are literally lying. They abuse the trust people give them to excuse their away issues that need to be addressed. They do this to make money. It's extremely disheartening to see people being fooled and lied to. Again, this is his word. You can choose to take it, or you can choose to look into it a little bit more. I will be linking this post actually just in my in the chat right now if you want to look for it for yourself, man. My 2 cents on Exodus right now is looking at it. I mean, it's a very, very small project. It's saying it's a proof of work and a block DAG. Does, of course, give some form of reassurance because that's what Kaspa is. But at the same time, Kaspa for me is still... Much people want to try and find the next Kaspa, the next, because Kaspa's already made significant gains already. As we can see, it's made 666,000% gains so far since its launch. Whereas X has not made it just yet, or it's not even gone up yet. But it's one of them ones like it doesn't look terrible on the chart wise. It's not been out for very long. It's got MEXC, XC, Bitcoinomy. It needs some more listings. The supply compared to the max supply is not that reassuring. I don't know if it's a fair or not proof of work. There's no information about it. So, and I need to do more research into it, my man, which I recommend everybody else, including you, do as well. And of course, that's what Shy said about it. Right now, he's saying that he doesn't like it because they are lying, and they're recklessly launching allegedly commercial-grade protocols that are completely broken. So again, that's the 2 cents of what I've seen from it so far. Definitely worth looking more into it right now. Because much as it's Shy, don't just take his word for it. Much as he's quite an intellectual individual, it's also doing your own research, my man. Hopefully that helps. So exchanges like Binance have a minimum volume for listing. That's interesting. I'm not sure necessarily it's a minimum volume. I'll get the post up because obviously it's good to have the info up here. So if I type in KEF in my community and scroll down, where am I going to scroll down to? Here it is. So this is a TLDR of the AMA that basically took place on the 10th of November, right? And the TLDR that we're going to highlight is this second part here. Talking about the AMA with Binance Chinese and the developments on the exchanges. So the 2 things to highlight is the KF did state there is news that Kraken will list Kaspa this month. That's on the 10th of November. Kraken listed on the 17th or 19th of November. So they were right about the listing of Kraken. They knew, which of course they would have some inside information about it. Then they also state at the same time, we are actively dealing with certain exchanges, quote unquote, unfavorable remarks about the price of Kaspa. So not happy with the price of Kaspa. The key to considering listing a coin on a primary exchange is the project's total value locked TVL. Kaspa currently has no TVL in the strict sense because of it being a proof of work, fair launch, that sort of stuff. But also the trading volume performance on mainstream exchanges. So Bybit and BitGet and now Kraken. So while these major exchanges, so therefore the major ones being the likes of Binance, Coinbase, OKX, and so on and so forth, much as they're looking at high volume, they're looking at high volume on the major exchanges. They're not caring about what Gator, Mexi, and L-Bank are doing with Kaspa. They're caring about the volume number here, and also they're caring about the volume here on Bybit, on BitGet, and on Kraken. So what we are waiting for, at least from what my understanding it is because the integration is already done with Binance. That's been proven and confirmed. Well, not proven, but it's been confirmed from Rory O'Neill, from Wolfie, from many members. They've confirmed that Binance is ready to list Kaspa. It's just now a case of when. So, as seemingly what we heard recently from Wolfie, they're waiting for an event catalyst, a reason for the volume to be high, particular on these major exchanges, and then be that their decision, therefore their reason to list Kaspa. And when that can happen, time will tell. But what we do know is the Binance mining pool has ended today, the incentive, so they're going to be giving the money out to the users in the next 14 days into the funding wallet. So again, the video that I showcased in my stream yesterday, I will showcase in my video later today. Showcase the video of the search from Binance website to the funding wallet, but you can't see Kaspa. It'll be added there soon. We know that this wallet 5, predicted to be Binance's one, again we don't know, has been continuously accumulating and putting up more and more Kaspa, and been ramping up more recently as well, at bigger portions as well. Like here, we can see it be happening repeatedly, but of small portions now. They're making a good 5 mil Kaspa, 7 mil Kaspa a day, or every other day or so to speak, quite frequently. And also what we know is there are many, many event catalysts happening this week, which I'll get into now, which is why the market was correcting. Don't panic, because these event catalysts may cause some short-term pullbacks, but long-term, I don't think there'll be a problem at all. So, as James Levish says here, if you are selling your Bitcoin because of the DeepSeek news, you have no idea what you own. In short, Nvidia shares fell 13% earlier today. This is not a meme coin, by the way. This is Nvidia, one of the biggest AI companies. It is the biggest AI company, the most valuable company in the world from before today, at least. It was before today the biggest one and the most valuable one in regards to AI as well. It's now down 17%, and it's lost $560 billion in market cap, the largest in market history. A big pullback, crash. That over 10%. That's a crash for Nvidia. The reason why is due to the release of DeepSeek AI. Now, information I'm about to disclose here, I've already disclosed to members who are part of the CF community here, people who are either part of the free trial right now or now even paying members, and they're learning a lot more as a result of it. Point being is, people who are here they learned information I'm about to disclose ahead of time. They learned about DeepSeek, they learned about the two other economic factors I'm going to get into in a moment as well ahead of time that could also affect the market in the short term. So if you want to know more, again, the 7-day free trial, go check it out, and you can find information ahead of time, and even sometimes find information that I will not disclose publicly, so you get an extra advantage from being a part of the community as well, alongside everything like trading. And once more, again, I'll talk about it later on. But either way, DeepSeek AI, as I highlighted. Ultimately, DeepSeek AI launched last week, but is now flooding the headlines today. You see it on CNBC. They were speaking about Davos last week, though. So it's not news per se, but it's now flooded the headlines today. And DeepSeek AI is China's version or competitor to ChatGPT. DeepSeek AI is currently number one, or at least last I checked, was number one on the App Store, which is a very big deal. And as a result of DeepSeek AI coming out, which is number one on the App Store, it is cheaper than ChatGPT. It has now caused Nvidia to fall 17%, the biggest crash in the market for Nvidia to date, which is or at least in the market. That's in single that very, very big. That's what DeepSeek AI has done. DeepSeek AI, the reason why it's also deemed as bad is because this has now caused people, traders, investors who are in the market now, they have now interpreted this as that the United States, basically, they now believe that China, they are further ahead in AI than they are, and it's also cheaper for them. So right now, we heard already Trump's now saying we want US to be the crypto and AI capital of the world. We've heard that already. Well, now we've seen China release their DeepSeek AI that's already, in the short time frame of being released. It's very, very innovative, which this whole thread here highlights. I'm going to be putting this thread again in my community. And it's very, very innovative. It looks very, very good. And again, it's causing, it's to my understanding, one. I don't think it's the main one. Or I don't think it's the only one. It's one of the main ones. So one of the main reasons why Nvidia collapsed today and why the market has started seeing a pullback, because even though it came out last week, it's flooding the headlines today, and therefore they're stealing a lot of liquidity because the US market is now panicking that China's caught up and not surpassed them with AI. That is one factor that, again, part of the executive community would have learned ahead of time. Another benefit to being a part of here, you learn a lot more in there regarding information, regarding trades. Again, we've learned a lot more. We've had a lot of very profitable trades. We spoke about the reason why MRG had a very nice, very, very rapid pump here. We covered the reason why because we found the news about it. We had this one here. Apple, we made a 5.5x on. Our biggest gain has been a 25x in Exo Cortex. Had a lot of very profitable trades so far. Our P&L is very, very good. If you want to learn more, again, alongside that and weekly live streams, alpha information, ahead of information, risk management, everything like that. Come join the executive page, 7-day free trial period, learn ahead of time. And if you like it and you enjoy it, you can come sign up and you'll get grandfathered in at this price, $49.99, and never have to go up when we do increase the price. But yes, you learn information ahead of time about DeepSeek AI. They also would have heard, thanks to Cody, my man, about the BTFP. BTFP stands for Bank Term Funding Program. Bank Term Funding Program. This came to its conclusion March 11th, 2024. So it's been over almost a year now. But banks were allowed to basically given a grace period with their loans for the BT. For those who don't understand, right, because I need to probably give some clarification. I'm sure everyone probably does, but for those who may be a bit new and not understand it, right, the BTFP, the Bank Term Funding Program, they are basically, I'm trying to find the words here. They basically provided a source of emergency funding for banks. That's basically what they did. This program ended, as I highlighted, on the 11th of March 2024, but the banks were given a grace period with their loans for up to a year. Now, in accordance to people who are part of the executive members like Cody, shout out to you again, most of the banks actually took the loan out in February, so slightly before the March deadline in February. But the problem is now they've got a 1 month grace period, meaning that a lot of that, grace period, a lot of that one year timeline is now coming to an end next month, starting in a few days from now. So not just you have DeepSeek AI that has caused corrections in the market today, in my belief, that is probably what's been talked about on the surface. I think underlying as well, as Cody highlights, and I do, after looking into it more, I do agree that what also you're potentially seeing is banks who are now, the banks are now going to be, the banks are now feeling the pressure basically, because they're not going to be having this emergency funding anymore starting next month, or basically next month anyways, because March 11th is when the deadline comes to an end. So I think this is also why you're seeing some short-term pullbacks, and you may see some more in the inevitable short term, but I think, again, long term won't really matter. I think you still see higher highs. But another thing as well, of course, as I highlighted, is the FOMC meeting that's happening in just 2 days' time, on Wednesday. We already know the Bank of Japan has raised interest rates to the highest of 17 years. So that's a very, very big deal, basically because the yen carry trade could potentially be ruined. With the yen rises against the dollar. This is what we saw happen with Bitcoin and Kaspa in August here. This collapse here was Warren Buffett selling his Apple stock, and then this massive correction here was a result of the Fed not cutting rates and the yen carry trade getting ruined and the Japanese yen rising against the dollar. You saw a correction of 40% in this time frame. So there's a belief that right now we don't know where the market's going to go. Right now people are saying we won't get rate cuts. We just get, again, nothing happening. But at the same time, people understand and know that Trump has said he's going to demand further rate cuts. So we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 days. We have to pay very close attention. But due to that uncertainty, people are very, very panicky. So I think the correction today, while seemingly making a comeback right now, which is good to see, and it's because I think the market's already prepared for the worst, but I think right now the market preparing for the BTFP. In fact, the banks are now going to start struggling. They're preparing for the potential of seeing the yen carry trade also get ruined again. And also preparing now for today's news. Again, this happened last week. It was launched last week, but coming to fruition now about DeepSeek AI. So that's the 3 macro factors that I am currently consciously aware of. And I do think they could have some short-term pullbacks, potentially. But the reason why I'm not worried about it is because in the long term, I don't think it matters. I think we'll still do very, very well. But also because what these will cause is traffic, is volatility, particularly people probably taking their money out and putting it onto their stable coins or taking it out in general. But what this will probably mean, should this cause a lot of negative volume or volatility, that could cause the volume for Kaspa to start scaling up again. And again, as I highlighted earlier in the stream, that could therefore result in the listings for Binance, because what they're waiting for are event catalysts. Not just you have the Binance mining pool coming to an end, potentially being an event catalyst. You also have the DeepSeek, the BTFP, Bank Term Funding Program, and also now you have the FMC meeting in just 2 days' time. That could be deemed as event catalyst. Multiple of them happening in quite short, continuation of each other. That could cause a lot of volume in the market. Probably negative price action, but volume nonetheless. What's also happening in 2 days' time as well is the INATBA award ceremony, award gala in Brussels, where the KRI, the reason that Kaspa's been nominated, which is a very big deal, and also the KRI has confirmed that many of the EU regulators and ministers will also be there. The INATBA will be giving projects like Kaspa a global forum to be in contact with regulators and policymakers. In the market we're currently in, with institutional adoption, that is so important. Kaspa is a phenomenal proof of work, of course, so it is a commodity. That's good news. But what they need is, what's the word I'm looking for? They need, I can't find the word right now, but then basically giving them regulations will give them favour. It'll be deemed as a very, very good deal for institutions to trusted. Basically let them more trusted. If the regulators deem them as trusted, that'll be institutions green light to jump on board to the project and reach out. You might see more jumping onto the KRI and KF to build on top of it. DWF Labs is the sign of one of them. And we've got more market makers apparently in the works according to Johnny as well. So regulators are probably very, very important, and also because we're seeing regulators become more important. That could also therefore lead to many more institutional adoption. Also happening this week is the NFTs. NFTs coming to KRC20, to KRC721, could also cause more volume on the Kaspa platform as well. So we've got a lot of things happening this week. 3 macro factors, 3 Kaspa events, NFTs, Binance, and a regulatory award or something that Kaspa could win. As a result, that could actually be very, very significant, bring a lot of volume to Kaspa this week, and could therefore be deemed as the necessary event catalyst to get Kaspa to start rallying in volume and therefore getting that listing from Binance. Again, not financial advice, speculative, but the connections I'm making there is something that I have been talking about with people who are part of the community for a little bit now. And what I'm highlighting and what I have been, some of the information, especially the macro factors, is what I've been highlighting to the executives again, who have been knowing ahead of time information, which is also a benefit. But there's, of course, a lot more coming to Kaspa. Should we not get the listing for Binance in the next 2 weeks, touch wood again, which may not happen, there's always a chance of that. I think it's going to be only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, for me, it's a matter of when. Kaspa will be listed on Binance shortly because of what it's building. Smart contracts coming out very, very soon. 10 PPS coming out very, very soon. There's also word of stable coins and potentially OKX I'm going to get into right now, which is very, very bullish as well. But I'm going to answer questions very firstly as well. Otherwise, not profitable for them, but I personally think that Binance gave many hints they will list Kaspa very soon, though. I mean, I think so well. I think Binance have been... I mean, again, Shai did confirm... Well, Shai did say himself, I have no idea what Binance are doing, but now they are playing a weird game where they're constantly throwing little hints at listing Kaspa. I think it's inevitable. It's going to be happening very soon. Exodus had a 10% block fee, I think. again, I'm not too well versed in that front of things, but I'm sure people know a lot more. To be fair as well, Swim, if you want to know, it was not Swim, it was volatile crypto. If you want to know more about XS as well, while again doing your own research is very, very important. I'm sure there are many as a part of my community, the free Discord community, who also know a lot about it as well. So if you want to know more, again, by all means, come check it out. You can ask a question in there. People will give you their answers back. You know, people are also trying to learn more and more about that. So you ask for an honest opinion, you probably get one back, and it might hopefully satisfy your answer. And people normally, when they talk about things, you should ask for, especially Cody, he'll give sources to support the information as well. Kaspa is 45% of my portfolio. Excess is like port 5. I mean, either way, if you've got a little back in excess just to hedge your bet, that's not a bad shout, my man. I mean, that's similar to what I've got majority of my back in Kaspa by a landslide. I've got a decent portion in other AI picks that I've been holding that I've disclosed privately to the executives again, part of it also being hidden gems. I've got also some in XRP. I've got a small portion in Solana memes and so on and so forth. But yeah, again, I think diversification is not a bad thing to do. Good evening, Kas Kaspa. Hope you're doing very, very well as well. Keeping the spirits high. You know it. Despite the markets coming down, don't panic. Right? This is short-term news, which could also correlate to big things for Kaspa this week as well. DeepSeek did it on a shoestring as well, apparently, with dated equipment and a small team. I mean, yeah, from what I've heard about DeepSeek, it doesn't seem very, very good. Like, that's probably also why we saw such a significant correction with Nvidia. But again, there's no need to panic because, you know, for the 12th week in a row, Michael Saylor posts on Saylor Bitcoin Tracker, MicroStrategy will also be buying more Bitcoin in the coming weeks. MicroStrategy acquires 10,107 Bitcoin worth approximately $1.1 billion. Be buying more and more Bitcoin. Buy the dip. That's the advice from British Bank Standard Chartered after the Bitcoin dip. They're saying buy the dip. For Jeff Kendrick, head of digital assets at Standard Chartered, the drop is due to traders pumping crypto prices in anticipation for what Trump would announce, not necessarily what he did announce. Again, the FOMO basically. Hope is not a strategy. It can last a few days, not weeks. When hope dies, digital assets will fall 10 to 20%. Institutional interest will help propel Bitcoin to 200k by the end of 2025. Just after the start phase 2, in my mind, altcoin system will begin. So, I believe start phase 2 means Q2, or either it means Q2 or it means after Trump passes the crypto regulatory frameworks and SEC puts frameworks in so the banks can get into crypto being phase 2 as well. Institutional inflows will drive Bitcoin and Ethereum, partially offsetting the rotation into alts. Now, will Bitcoin hit 200k? I cannot say that for sure, because if Bitcoin hits 200k, where it's at right now, that put Bitcoin in around a 4 trillion market cap. And that will therefore, considering that Bitcoin typically takes up over 50% of the total market cap, you can see 3.4 to 2 trillion right now. You could argue that a 4 trillion market for Bitcoin could mean a 9 or 10 trillion market in crypto. I'm not saying it's not possible, but you got to remember, whoever it is, everyone has their own agendas. Much as Standard Chartered are advising this, and they're saying Bitcoin will reach 100k by the end of the year, they may have their own agendas and may actually decide to cut it short at 180k or even 150k. I'm going to be obviously doing my research constantly, trying to devise my own trading strategies. Again, I'll be disclosing the information in more detail to the executives and equally to people here in general, but it'll be a little more vague. But people in general here, executives here, learning more about it. I'll be looking at information like the CBBI, like the funding heat map, all the sorts of stuff that can help me devise my trading strategies of where we're going to see crypto and Bitcoin go, and then hopefully then know when to take our profits. Of course, we're not going to try and time the top, because timing the top is one of the scariest games you can do, but we're taking profits and hopefully trying to make as much as we can do. But yes, point being is, while the dip is in right now, due to all of these sentiments, while main one being DeepSeek that's being spoke about, but I think BTFB could be another factor that no one's talking about really. Selling your Bitcoin, you have no idea what you're holding. Bitcoin's come down in total 5% on the daily as a result of it. It's already making a comeback, which is obviously, so evidently wasn't that deep at all. No pun intended. And Bitcoin for me is still going to be running higher and higher, especially when Trump actually passes his laws. And again, Kaspa's still in a very, very good position right now with all what's happening this week. And what's coming very, very soon. So OKX, put locked and loaded and decentralized. Again, convenient maybe. That's now 3 streams, 3 days in a row, where OKX first put out a tornado with a green at the very center of it. Let's see if we can even find it. We put a tornado with a green at the bottom of it. They then, yesterday, put out this. In the mild west of crypto, OKX your best friend, open and secure 24/7. Okay, so actually it wasn't back-to-back days, but let's 24th here. Look, tornado with the green in the bottom here. 24th again, later on the same day, they posted this. And now this one they posted today. But locked, loaded, and decentralized. Decentralized, of course, could be a keyword potentially hinting at a Kaspa listing. Because again, remember that OKX is a venture of the KEF. Point being is, OKX are part of the KEF, they help out, and therefore it's believed that they will in due time list Kaspa as well. They're one of the top exchanges in the world, number 4 and on CoinMarketCap, 6.2 billion 24-hour trading volume with 4.5 million weekly visitors. They will be a big deal. I think Binance and Coinbase have more volume or more significant effect on Kaspa's price than OKX would, but I think it could happen very, very soon. And in accordance to this post here from OKX, in response, Christian Ludwig, in reply to OKX, Christian Ludwig being one of the key members of Kaspa as well, OKX released this post here, which is their blog. We're ushering in a new alternative, a new path towards a more transparent, accountable, and inclusive system. OKX have been hinting at a new alternative. In the latest post they provide, there's a link to a blog that appears to relate to a new potential stablecoin / ultimate network system. So they're talking about in this blog a new stablecoin or ultimate network system. Quote, there are clear signals suggesting that stablecoins are finding their place in people's daily lives as a superior new alternative for payments. Not only because they are natively digital and can enable direct and immediate settlement on-chain, it is also because the cost of such on-chain transactions is a fifth or a tenth of its traditional alternatives. This opens the door to a future where financial transactions will be more efficient and accessible, particularly in regions where the traditional financial system has failed to serve well. Between the offerings of OKX Wallet and exchanges plus other products being built in the industry, a more mature infrastructure will be placed to bring the new alternative to an on-chain financial system into a reality. OKX are sponsors of the KEF and Kasplex, who have been working on a stablecoin experiment on Kaspa called USDX. We know already that Kaspa are building stablecoins, and from what I remember, from what I've heard, in Wolfie's recent AMA on Wolfie recently took part on an AMA on a channel, and apparently in that AMA he confirmed that stablecoins are very, very close. So to hear him make that announcement and OKX then make this announcement the very next day or even a similar time frame could be a coincidence, it could be a sign of something. With what Kaspa's building, it will be decentralized whilst being scalable enough to compete with proof of stakes and secure. I believe it will be a key platform utilized for stablecoin transactions as well. Stablecoins coming through Kaspa's platform will generate more demand for Kaspa as well, thus increasing its price. As people recognize its business model for what it is, which is the peer-to-peer medium of exchange electronic currency that's decentralized, a true cryptocurrency. So this could potentially, again, information I'll be linking my community, this could be a very, very big deal hinting to a listing. And also, which Kuma's highlighted here in the post, in the comments, Johnny did state, should the KEF introduce a third-party auditing to prepare for the emerging project on Kaspa? The coincidences are almost uncanny. Johnny made this post 3 days ago. And now we're seeing OKX make this post yesterday, talking about potentially a new network system, ultimate or stablecoins coming to OKX. And Kaspa are building some as well. So again, while not confirmation and it's speculation, for me, it's a very big sign again because OKX are sponsors of the KEF and Kasplex. There's so much coming to Kaspa, which leaves me very, very bullish. Here, I've not looked too much into it. I've heard this one from my community again. Canixium got an exciting update. Their white paper has been refreshed with technical details with merge mining rewards for the Kaspa currency. Now, I will link this in my community. I've not looked into it too much. Right now, I'll say just be on the side of caution. The reason why I say that purely is because of my thesis of how to look for whether a project's trusted or not is to look at who's following them. So the people who are following Canaxium is Kumo, who is a very well reversed member in Kaspa, Crypto Max, J3 Charts, and Dr. Heisberg. We're all good members, and I like them all as content creators and KOLs as well. I don't see any Kaspa members. I don't see Sompolinsky, I don't see Michael Son, I don't see Kaspa themselves, I don't see KRI, I don't see KEF, I don't see Shai, I don't see any of the key Kaspa members following Canaxium yet. That might change, but right now I don't see it. So as a result, I'm on the side of caution whether to trust them or not. Again, time will tell. But this is still good to see. I was trying to get more adoption to Kaspa either way. KNS is now live on the mainnet as well, which is very, very cool. And KNS, I believe, is one that is in closer ties with Kaspa. You can check it here. Bert's following them, so a lot of the KRC20 projects are following them. Kaspa Door's quite a key member. KF is following them, so KNS is likely there to be trusted. Alpro, again, another key member, another very well-known member. Kaspa themselves, I mean, that's the ultimate confirmation there. Kaspa themselves are following them. So this one, I think, is one that can be trusted, KNS domain. So that is good to see. Bobby, my man, Kaspa is my worst investment so far of all my alts. It is stagnant. King, lol. Yeah, I feel that heavy, I do. Kaspa has been a struggle. I wouldn't say, I mean, it depends how you word it. You can say it's the worst investment of your altcoins, but I guess it depends on your outlook. Because for me, as highlighted also from Standard Chartered here, we're not even in phase 2 yet. We're not in phase 2. We still got a second phase, if not even third phase or fourth phase for the cycle. We've seen Bitcoin hit 100k. We've seen it peak at 109k. We haven't got regulatory clarity yet. We're still getting that coming through slowly but surely. Kaspa's still got a lot more to develop. Kaspa had an incredible run throughout his whole bear cycle and then did very well up to August, and that's when it started doing badly. And now it's been stagnant for a year, but it was actually doing well until August. It was August when it started going downhill. And for me, it's a bit frustrating, but at the same time, I've seen what they are building, NFTs, potentially regulatory clarity to come to Kaspa very, very soon. Binance is not here yet. OKX is not here yet. Coinbase is not here yet. Smart contracts, 10 BPS, you know, more third parties building on Kaspa as well. As Johnny highlighted, don't want that one. Yeah. Third party auditing coming to Kaspa potentially very, very soon. Not to mention as well, he also announced that he is in talks, negotiated with another major market maker on top of DWF Labs, also American exchanges and on-chain platforms, I believe, as well. Point being is Johnny's seemingly doing quite a lot for bringing in more and more to Kaspa. So Kaspa, while yes, frustrating as anything, I won't discredit that. And that's a lot of the reason why people like Crypto John and Archetype and many more either stopped talking about Kaspa or started fading Kaspa. And again, they're entitled to. You know, if you want to go and find money elsewhere, go find money elsewhere. I don't have a problem with that. For me, I've equally diversified my portfolio. I mean, I always had done, but I found money elsewhere. I started doing stuff on Solana, and I made a lot of profitable trades against stuff I've disclosed to people in part of my community, who are the executives who are, again, learning more, $49.99, and also have a 7-day free trial period as well if you want to learn more, see what it's like. And if you don't like it, by all means, you can go cancel after that. I haven't got a problem with that. But if you want to know more, by all means, go check it out. Link in the description chat, also my homepage where you're learning stuff about trading, swing trading, these sort of trading to try and see if you make some money. But equally learning more, got alpha information about the significance of AI in particular as well, which could also potentially lead to a much more powerful product. And that's why we're also making sure our hidden gem picks are also aligning with what we're reading and researching as well. And the profits, again, that I'm making from it, particularly in the meme stuff, I'm putting that back into Kaspa because of what they're building. And as Kathy Wood stated, the longer the base, the bigger the breakout. Kaspa's had a very long base, over a year. When the breakout happens, in her logic, and therefore the understanding by my logic, it will be an explosive breakout. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone celebrating Kaspa breakouts. Well, Britannia, hi Jen, Wayne, Lambo, low. Who knows, my man. I'm hopefully you'll see it very soon. Again, from what I expect, I'm making a video later today that'll be going live, probably 2 hours from now. where I'll be hopefully covering what I kind of covered today, but also therefore more structured format and highlighting the possibility we could see some significant updates for Kaspa this month or even this week. What's up, Buffalo Theory? Yo, welcome back, my man. Sup, Ape Gaming as well. When Lamb, again, hopefully soon. Good morning, Navy as well. Hope you're doing very, very well. The reality of no Trump bump makes the most sense to me for this correction. Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting that Trump's not doing it like enough to like trying to combat it, I guess. I mean, this correction is happening. I think it could come down a little bit more. It's already made a very, very decent pullback already. You know, or like it's already regained a lot of its lost volume today after that massive, earlier correction. I think it could come down a little bit more based on the FOMC meeting again in 2 days' time, and also the Japanese yen carry trade, and also the BTFB, the Bank Term Funding Program, could also be a continuing factor up until March 11th. So we could definitely see some more pullbacks, but once we do get into phase 2, as Standard Chartered highlights here, we could see a lot of institutional adoption and a lot of pumps. And as Navy highlights, appreciate my man. If you enjoy these, should be doing streams daily. I think 180 days or something in a row right now. I don't even know, but I've been doing it for a long time, and I plan to continue going every single day. If you enjoy this, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Nessie, my man, great news overall is the change. I appreciate my man. Thank you very, very much once more for joining. Is the change, I'm assuming that might have just cut short your message. Or if you're asking about the CF community, I don't know. If you can clarify, please, my man, I'll see if I can answer your question. Sup, Greg, welcome back, my man. Missed the start, but watching on Tuesday to catch up. Good luck with that. If you can take a listen to Rap God, I know that I'm like that. I speak very, very quickly. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming for Kaspa and crypto still. Right now, wallets are up. Again, this potentially being Binance's one. That could also play a factor into why we might see a Binance system very, very soon, which I'm optimistic about. The Kas community, again, is still struggling, but again, due to not being any more new money. Almost reaching a milestone for Nacho of 18k holders. But once new money comes flooding in, you'll start to see these projects start to rally more and more as well. Binance no new money, but I think it'll come back in due time. Which projects will do well, again, we'll have to wait and see. I still got ones that I like. I'm not in any of them just yet, but I plan to get into some of them very, very soon. I think Nacho will be the first one I get into personally, just because of what it is, and also it's hold very, very strong. In regards to other stuff as well, we've got this stuff here, which is interesting, right? Interesting. This is Kaspa Caf, or Kaspa Caf. And I don't know how to feel about this. I have nothing against Kaspa Caf, like, personally. They are also followed by some decent people in regards to it being Christian Ludwig and Wolfie. Those two being the actual known inside members, or, they're constantly part of roundtables for Kaspa, so they are very well-known members. So those two, I'm happy they're following Kaspa Caf. Gives me some conviction. Also KNS Kaspa as well, and Kaspa.com. But they put it down here. Honestly, though, the fact that the KRI didn't reach out to our team and active builders in the US based on our active builders that are US based is baffling. So evidently Kas Kaspa is based in the US, which is a good thing definitely to get into the US market. So I do agree that the fact that KRI didn't reach out to a project, a company, if you will, that is heavily based in the US could be quite surprising, because that could be that is a key market that Kaspa need to try and tap into more, so I agree. Activating more nodes to the Kaspa network should be also a priority, as well as integrating the fastest form of transactional currency to businesses and people at scale. Now, the reason I highlight this is because while the project in itself like that is kind of cool in the sense of what they're trying to do, I think the way they've gone about it is not professional, and the KRI even themselves highlights this. They do a whole thing here. KRI reassess our Kaspa project initiative. They sent out a thing here to them to review it. They are one of the few, if not one of the only projects, to my understanding, at least from what I've read, one of the few that have actually reached out to try and ask to be launched by the KRI. And they've not been accepted to the KRI Academy here, and they've not been accepted by the KRI. I've sent out a letter to them and then put them on blast saying, please reassess our project. you know, because, you know, and then they're trying to list all the reasons why it's a good deal, you know, why you should reassess us, you know, again, based in the US, which is a good thing for business, and all this stuff as well. The problem is it's just putting it on blast, and the KRI came back to them saying, I mean, look, this is also opposed to, like, their current active notes as well. You can see, again, based in America, it's good to see. I'm not discrediting what they are as a company or a project even. I think it's good to see, but the way they've gone about this is definitely treading on some toes. And the KRI said as well, this is a deeply unprofessional approach to take. We review a large number of projects with many payment solutions proposed. We are not going to discuss this publicly, other than to say your project is not for us and does not meet our quality criteria or business model for advancing institutional and large enterprise adoption. And I think that's fair. Much of the KRI, they are market makers trying to help Kaspa get out there. The KEF, I would say, is more so for, I mean, again, this is just my personal belief. Again, I could be very wrong in this, but the KRI are market makers for institutions to get on Kaspa. Their goal is to get the big players. So that's the reason why they got to Coinbase. They've got Shell as part of that. People who are part of them. They've got Shell, the massive energy company, DHL, Hyundai, you know, the car manufacturer. They've got massive institutions who are already part of them. Their goal is to be market makers to institutions for Kaspa. Kaspa CAF, while interesting, I'm in agreement that, you know, they're not going to get institutional adoption to Kaspa necessarily. They might do well for the retail side of things, the smaller people, but not necessarily to that. And of course, you know, while they have a lot of US nodes against US markets, very, very good. Again, I just wanted to highlight this because, again, it's just important to note what's happening in the space right now. Evidently, there's still a lot of stuff happening in the KRI. It's good to see they've got a lot of stuff coming into them right now. They're working on quite a lot. But, I mean, for anybody out there, I guess, who's wanting to reach out to these, you know, these projects, these are Ixon with Kaspa, KF, KRC20, KRI, you name it. It's just about, I guess, who you know, but also, I guess, how you uphold yourself. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, will Kaspa CAF do well? We'll have to wait and see. But if they had any chance of getting on KRI beforehand, after being denied, they probably ruined that now. At least that's me personally. But either way, it's an interesting project. They've got some people who are following them who I do have some belief in, again, being Wolfie and KNS and Christian Ludwig. So that's good to see. But anyway, stuff has been very, very good for Kaspa all in all. We've got a lot of big stuff coming through this week, which I'm making a video on again very, very shortly. And a lot of stuff seemingly coming very, very soon as well, which could be very bullish. Again, stablecoins are coming very, very soon. The macro factors, again, while I've got thunder. Okay, well, I'm going to probably get that on my mic picking up any second now. Yeah, sorry, I lost that conversation. There's a lot of stuff coming, realistically. A lot of stuff. And I'm not worried at all about the short-term pullbacks. I think there's just going to be even higher highs to follow that as well. And we'll be covering this news daily in these streams, so by all means come tune in every single day. Normally, same time every day. If it's not, I'll be making an announcement to members of part of the CF community here, so they can know what time my streams are going to be going live, so they can find out and prepare for it if they choose to, or watch it on playback again, that's fine. And again, those who want to learn more regarding to get information that I've disclosed in this stream, but would have learnt hours, if not much earlier, ahead of time, but also information exclusively to you, hidden gems, trading picks, swing trading, you name it, everything else will provide that alpha information. 7-day free trial on right now, comes on the executives, and if you like what you see, by all means come sign up before we increase the price. You get grandfathered in at $49.99 and never have to go up again. And we might be trying to offer some more stuff again very, very shortly. Other incentives, but we'll have to wait and see about that. There's me. Leslie is from Belgium as well. Oh, great to hear again. The community is going strong all over the world. I love to hear it. Life for you. Life for change. Change for life. Gosh, my dyslexia. Change your life. I'm sure Crypto John bought Kaspa back secretly. I mean, people speculate he never even sold Kaspa, and I would not be surprised. Again, whether he did or didn't, I don't know. All I do know is from what I saw earlier that apparently people who've been asking about Turbo on his Twitter have been blocked or ignored. I mean, if you look at Turbo, again, I have no personal vendetta against Crypto John. But people who are obviously upset with him, I will, be on the side of the people, I guess. But you can see Turbo, when he announced it, which is in and around all-time highs, is now down significantly since he announced it. He's switching from Kaspa to Turbo, and anyone who followed him in suit and just followed him blindly would have been hit hard by this, of course. Now, will it come back? We'll have to wait and see. I think it probably will, because it's one of the bigger memes. But right now, there's just no adoption in Turbo. No new money coming in Turbo. It's come down significantly. It's lost key levels of support as well. I don't think today's market really helped out with that at all either. So, but that's the problem with memes. While memes for me is like trying to find a meme. Like if you're going to try to hold a project long term, for me, it's very rarely it'll be a meme. There is one meme, or maybe two. Well, I think there's maybe 2 or 3 memes that I'm holding right now, kind of long term for the cycle, but they're not really memes. They're AI. So I would clarify them more as AI rather than memes. Straight up memes like this, I'm not as. I would be looking maybe to get into a quick trade. Like when you saw this announcement here of Turbo listed on Coinbase, would have got in before the listing here, and then once it, just before the listing, I would have tried to get out before the actual listing happened. Buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. That's what I would have done. Because I don't see the conviction in something like Turbo as much. Again, I'm not saying Turbo's a bad project. People have made money off it, a lot of money off it, and I'm happy you have done. Just those who follow Crypto John probably have got screwed by it. And I would believe he probably hadn't even sold Kaspa. He was a maxi at one point. His reason for hating Kaspa is because Shy had a go at him because he had a go at Shy and accused him of stealing. And also because he's not moved for a year. And it's frustrating, I get that, but if that's enough to throw out your maximalism, then you've not done research. You have not done enough research into Kaspa, realistically. Mila, welcome back. All market and still down for the last 24 hours. Market makers are in charge, but don't be swayed from your positions. We are on the right path. We will be winners 100%. Couldn't have said that better myself, 100%. The market corrections are just short-term and temporary, but they'll come back in due time, I believe that much. Navy, hey Jay, did you mute Mr. Miles? I did not. I did not mute Mr. Miles. Did he say something in the chat or something? No. I think Mr. Miles is just absent today, I don't know what time it goes live for him, wherever he's based around the world, but I know that as much as I know that he's just probably doing other things right now, if that's what I'm trying to say. I think he's just doing other things right now, which is what it is, right? But I'm sure he'll be watching this and playing back, and it's a bit nice to have a bit of a break from getting the bullying from him anyways. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow to also stop bullying me again. But that being said, thank you once more for today's stream. As always, if you enjoy, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. 34 likes is insane. I appreciate it all very, very much. If you want to know more, then by all means come join I was part of John's Discord last year. He is not an honest guy at all. He misleads his members a lot and profited from them. Again, this is what I've heard from the community. I've not experienced it firsthand, so it's speculative on my behalf. I'm not saying you're a liar. Just me personally have not experienced this, so I cannot speak from my experience. But yeah, people who do that, if that is the case, yeah, I think that's wrong. I think it's very wrong. I don't think it's worth it either of what's happening. I think it's completely bent, and I would never ever would, never ever could do that to somebody. I don't see what's the point of doing it. It just ruins your reputation completely as well. Again, one thing I said, trust is so hard to gain, trust is so easy to lose. I've been trying to do my best to build up trust with everybody constantly, and I know, trust is easy to lose, so I try my best to try and maintain that trust constantly. But that is what it is. I'm sure people will end up reacting accordingly to Crypto John in the short term anyways. But I've minted 332, 333, one left if you want it. Probably not, my man. I appreciate it very much, Adam, though. Appreciate it for looking out for me, definitely. But thank you either way. But anyway, that being said, thank you all for watching today's stream. If you want to know more, again, check out the free Discord server. If you want to see information again, I'll be retweeting stuff as well, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, again, my Twitter social is right here as well. And if you want to know even more, be even more locked in, maximize the benefit of information in crypto, then go join the what page, the executives here, 7-day free trial period. And yeah, that being said, thank you for watching. Have a great day, good evening, good night. Make a video later.